Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/fingerpokeofdoom. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. That's audibletrial.com/fingerpokeofdoom. Enjoy the show.
The Finger Poke of Doom Podcast.
This is episode 43 of the Finger Poke of Doom podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at FNGRPokeofDoom, on Instagram at Finger Poke of Doom. You can buy some of our shirts. We have two left of the Mr. Pogo design, and they're only large at our Big Cartel, fingerpokeofdoom.bigcartel.com. Please buy those. I mean, they're only $15.
Yeah.
And now we only have two. Like, I'm about to just give them away because I don't.
Yeah.
They're just taking space. Speaking of shirts, we have two shirt designs in the works for a future release. Not going to give anything away.
But I think you're going to like them.
But if you like Gorilla Biscuit style art and Burzum art, you're going to love it. So everything for you weirdo black metal dudes, so you weirdo old school hardcore guys. Gorilla Biscuit sucks. I fucking hate that band.
Yeah.
Love Burzum. I don't really. But yeah.
Just sounds like.
Blow up France. Yeah, so we haven't had an episode, or did we?
No, last week was.
Oh, yeah, 4th of July, so it was rough for us to get an episode out. So in that time, there's been a handful of things that's happened that's worth talking about. First off, let's talk about Great Balls of Bust.
It was bad.
It was...
You know,
Yeah.
I know a pay-per-view is bad
Yeah.
when Matt Day don't text me during it.
Oh, wow. Well, the only match I wanted to see was on the pre-show.
Which one?
And...
Was that Tawaza?
Yeah, Tawaza. Let me just throw it out there to Titus O'Neil because he's got everyone calling Tozawa Tawaza. Well, everyone I know at least. Like people were calling him Tawaza. I mean Tozawa at last night. And it's just I wanted to see that match really bad, and then it ended funky. It ended with Neville crotching Tozawa on the top rope and like kicking the rope so it was hitting him in the balls, and then he did that spinning kick to the gut, and that's how we finished it.
What?
Yeah, I was like, all right, is this his new move or what's going on? But I think they're going to have a rematch. Would be great.
When I went to SmackDown, I was disappointed about not seeing him.
Tawaza?
Yeah.
Did you see Mustafa, Russell? The guy-
Yes.
the psychosis of the
No.
heavyweights?
No, he was.
Some other blunders that happened was the entire pay-per-view. But on it was a lot of blood.
I can't.
I
the
like
Iron
that.
Man. The Iron Man match wasn't bad, but it was like.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, I like how it was like 30 seconds in, he kicked him and he scored a pin.
No,
I
it
kind of
was-
like that one.
It was 16. That's what.
16 seconds
Yeah,
in?
Michael Cole kept saying it. 16 seconds. Kicked his tooth right out of the orbit.
But I don't
It
even
was
know what busted Matt Hardy open.
I don't know. He was
But
bleeding a lot.
Did you notice like he was getting like the...
Oh,
He
yeah.
kept doing like the eyes after that and
I wish he would just pull out a knife. Just
get
like-
real broken.
Yeah. A broken beer bottle.
Yeah.
That's why. They call him Broken Matt because he carries a broken beer bottle
Yeah,
in his.
that's his new
Sounds like
weapon.
something Mance Warner would do. I just carry a broken beer bottle, brother. Shout out to Mance. What's the light beers and lariats? Or lariats and light beers? The guy's pretty funny. But
I fell asleep during the Sasha Banks.
man, there's some fucking real hungry fanboys out for that ass.
for both those.
Dude, it was like, I don't get it. My thing is, they were like, let's make this women's division so wonderful, blah, blah, blah. Let's also hike Alexis Bliss's pants all the way up to her back tits.
It looks like
It's like, holy fuck.
like they're molded.
Yeah.
Like it's plastic that's molded.
There was lady blood, not that kind, but normal from the mouth at the end.
Was that Sasha got busted?
No.
Alexa did?
Yeah, she hit her with those double knees off the thing, and it looked
Just
bad.
lamb.
It looked really bad, and it busted Alexa in the mouth, and she was bleeding from the mouth.
I'll tell you the best thing that came out of Great Balls of Fire. That
Jaws of Life rescue team.
no, that Miz promo that
Oh,
he
yeah,
cut
that was
on
good.
that what is it, Raw Talk or whatever they call it.
Mm.
He's talking
Sure.
about Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. It's like
Mhm.
these are two of the best talents on the roster, and WWE had nothing for him. And it's like this guy was over here basically dancing around saying Bo leave, and he's like, and he took him under his wing, and
My thing is, if that's how Bo Dallas dresses in real life, he deserves nothing. He's wearing one fucking leather black glove.
I feel like he's copping Axl Rose's
Yeah.
style now.
The fat dude that
Yeah.
still listens to metal.
Yeah, I feel like he's got that style going now.
Curtis Axel looks like the guy that you go into your regional Chase bank, and he's the regional manager.
Yeah. How can I help you?
How can I help you today?
Susan over here will take.
do you
help
want to? Do you want to open a new account?
All right, Susan over here will take care of
My
you.
grandfather stretched everyone in the territory. I can set you up with a $300 deductible.
My dad was one of the best ever. He was a man's man.
Yeah, and I am just a banker. Yeah, that pay-per-view was a poop show.
I
actually forgot the Miz match was happening.
I ran late yesterday, and so I was like super tired. And I know that you went to the lake, so I was like super tired, and I fell asleep during Sasha Banks, and I woke up and it was like 9:30 or 10. And I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything, honestly. Well, let's see. The Roman Reigns Braun Strowman match was fun to watch because it was.
I like how I saw
Yeah.
the highlights, and he was just bashing him with a chair, and he just kept coming. He was like a Terminator.
Yeah, he just kept coming. I came to the conclusion that every song that Braun Strowman hears is his theme song, even if it's like, "Oh, I love Jewel," and then every song that she plays to him is his theme song, because that's just the only way that he could ever survive in this world.
Oh
So
no! I
it's a
want you
weird
to
theory.
talk about your highlight that you loved was the impromptu match
Oh.
before the.
The fucking. All right, so people, hear me out on this. So if you haven't watched Great Balls of Fire, I'll go ahead and quote unquote ruin it for you. So Roman Reigns throws Braun Strowman to the back of the ambulance, takes off. Also, when he takes off, he just drives through the curtain going like 45 miles an hour. Like, if someone would have been back there, he would have been in serious trouble.
He'd have just killed them.
Yeah, because we all were like, holy fuck. He then pauses, he stops, and the camera comes around to the driver's side. And it was like one of those moments like, what's going on? And it was an awkward pause. It was like,
I saw the highlight of that. He's like sitting there like he don't know
and
what to do.
stupid ass Corey Graves cuts like, he's thinking about something. What's he up to? And I'm like, well, he's clearly letting Braun Strowman get situated.
Yep.
And then he backs the ambulance into another semi, fucks it all up, and then he leaves. He walks out. So Jamie Noble and Kurt Angle are the two people that are there with a bunch of like indie workers, and they're like trying to get the doors open.
Oh yeah, I saw Curbside Hero was like some girl that was from
yeah,
wherever they were tagged her.
And thanks for that.
You're welcome.
No,
I just knew it was like indie workers instead of just.
but so they call for paramedics, and the paramedics bring the Jaws of Life in. Meanwhile, WWE decides to have a match in the ring, and they bring out Kurt Hawkins. Who
Did they
still
come out
has-
at the same time?
No.
I wish they would have. That'd have been
Yeah,
great.
They basically should have. Kurt Hawkins hits the ring and he's still putting his shin guards on. He's still got a t-shirt on. He's like fixing his shit, and out comes Heath Slater and he's putting his elbow pads on, still tying his shoes. They ring the bell and they both just kind of look at each other like, fuck it, let's go. And they give the most basic jobber ass fucking main event TV
Semi-main
show.
event.
No, main event the TV show.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
high spots. Hip locks, arm wingers, twirly birds, all
Wingers, cherry pies.
now
was playing.
yeah. Kip winger, skid death row. But meanwhile, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and the god of commentary Booker T are all really worried about the safety of Braun Strowman. That so worried about it that they say one thing about the match happening. They're like, oh my God, this vicious attack on Braun Strowman. Quick pin here by Kurt Hawkins. Let's go back and look at it again in the back. And it just cuts to Jamie Noble screaming, come on, guys! Come on! And it's Jamie Noble just screaming at these guys that have the jaws of life. He's like screaming at them. And then the best part is, he stops screaming at them. He starts slapping the van. He's like, come on, Braun! Come on, Braun!
He's like,
yeah, come on, Braun!
giving him the power.
Hang in there, Braun! Meanwhile, this guy with the jaws of life, he was just like, this is the worst shit I've ever had to do in my life. You could just tell he was like fighting back laughter. While it's still in the back, the bell rings from the match going on that everyone forgot about, even the people sitting in front of the fucking ring. No one knows who won. I still didn't know who won. They never said anything.
Did they say anything about it on Reddit?
I
figured that was going to be that'd been a hot topic on Reddit.
You gotta stay away from Reddit whenever there's a pay-per-view because all it says is spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler
I know.
Samoa Joe.
I wish it'd been like spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Somebody tell me who won.
Spoiler alert. Heath Slater may or may not have won. So the bell rings and the match is over. So everyone who did not forget about it, all 6 people, it's over and they can't get that time back. It's gone.
Did you hear any announcing like
Nope.
in the winter?
Nope. Just done. Bell ring. It's just like, and then Braun, the best part is they get the door open and you kind of see him laying in there. It's real dark. And the 2 paramedics who were definitely ran through this in the beginning,
Yeah.
they placed everything so perfectly. Like they slid it into the side of the door and they pull Braun onto the door and he's got some weird blood patterns on him. He had like blood around his eye and on his elbow and on his face a little bit. And he's just like, no! No! And he's like crawling on the floor and you just hear Jamie like, they're trying to help you! Like we're just, come on, Braun! And it just cuts to Kurt Angle and he's just like, ugh. like what the hell? And then Braun Strowman walks off into the parking garage. So they didn't bother going after him. Also, a lot of really uncomfortable close-ups
Braun?
of everything, of through the whole night. It was like I could almost smell what Miz had for fucking lunch. It was so close to him while he was talking. And then it panned out, and then you saw fucking Bo Dallas. As soon as I saw him, I thought it was a joke. I was like, this is a joke. And then he came out like that, and I was like, fuck.
I did see the end of Seth Rollins.
I didn't even see that match at all.
I saw the end of that match, and it like
I didn't see
he
any of
delivered.
that.
You know that like rock bottom thing that
The
Bray Wyatt
Uranagi?
does now.
Yeah.
Man, I thought he was gonna put Seth Rollins through the floor,
Good.
and I think he was doing it to impress his woman that was sitting on the outside,
Whose?
JoJo.
Oh, well. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he was doing. I better impress JoJo tonight. I bet.
Where'd my water go?
I bet, sir. I think that, and then it gets to Joe and Lesnar that I forgot was even happening at this point. So much shit happened in the back. Kurt Hawkins may have won. I don't know.
I worried so much about that, I forgot about the rest of the
Pretty
pay-per-view.
much. I literally looked on Twitter like, who won? Conclusion, don't know. And then out comes Samoa Joe, and I was like, "Fuck, this match is still happening." I forgot, and I was like, "All right, this is gonna be a fucking hoss fight." It was sloppy. It looked like an actual fight. If you've ever seen a fight in real life, anyone out there listening, it just shows two men just like sliding on each other. That's pretty much what it was. And then out of nowhere, suplexes.
I'll
And
tell
then
you
the
what,
match was over.
Joe had the right idea.
Quit.
Just right before just attack him.
Yeah.
As soon as
Aries had the right idea.
quit.
Quit. Piss off everyone in the back and quit. That's the right idea. That's what you do at every job.
The old Austin Aries
Gone.
asked for his release.
Shucks.
He's definitely been one that
Yeah.
never did anything for me.
Yeah, same. I don't know what it was.
I don't dislike him, and I don't like him.
It's his facial hair.
He's just there.
It's his facial hair.
No, it's just him in general.
I tell you what it is for me is I watched that Destination America show or whatever where he was in Ring of Honor and he tried fighting those guys, and the show was centered around this bodyguard, and these guys were drunk and they were calling out Austin Aries, and Austin Aries like, "I'll fight you at the end of the show out back," and then this bodyguard's like, "Oh God," and Austin Aries like walks up to three dudes like, "Come on, motherfucker," but standing behind a bodyguard. So I was like,
Hell yeah.
oh, dude. But yeah, that kind of burned my biscuits. But then, like, I don't know, that Samoa Joe match, it just literally ended.
Yeah.
F5 done, and then I was like, wait. Wait. Is something happening? Something going to happen? Is Finn Balor going to come out? Who wasn't on the entire show?
How?
Nor was the club.
Exactly.
Like, where were all these people?
I don't know. Waiting on Raw.
We're waiting for Raw. Oh, Enzo and Cass wrestled. Forgot about that match. Whatever you think was going to happen happened.
Yep.
He got.
I'll tell you what. He's got the
yeah.
slap. He's got the slap like Hero.
Enzo. Hero's got a slap on him. Big Cass looks like someone who just discovered Hatebreed. Just discovered. Like, fuck yeah. Like, he's the type of guy that you go to a concert or a show. He's the guy standing next to you goes, "Hey, you want to start a push pit?" Nope.
I wish he'd asked me that.
Yeah.
Next time I go to a live event, I'm gonna ask Big Cass.
You want to start a push pit? You bitch. You always got to ask him something subtle and then insult him instantly.
I just imagine with that match, McMahon in the back just
jacking it.
just
kill him.
Just because I heard he loves to watch Enzo just get beat to death.
That's why Cass came out second. And while the whole time Enzo's in the ring doing his shit, Cass is getting psyched out by McMahon like, "Stab him if you can."
McMahon's back here just slapping the shit out of Big Cass.
Trying to hype him up, slapping him in the back.
No, slapping his
in the
fucking face.
You ever heard of a man named Krokoff? Right
I do.
leg
I just
hospital,
imagine
left leg morgue. Let's
I
make
just
them both
imagine
left
him in there
legs.
just slapping the ever-loving shit out of him. Just
And then, like, Triple H is just like, "This is not what we're doing." I don't know what... That's what I asked some people I was with last night. What's next for Enzo?
I think he just goes off into obscurity.
Hopefully he joins the Miztourage
That'd be great.
and he dresses
Because you know what?
full leather daddy.
He's not at all great in the ring, but man, his mic skills are...
I hope to fuck that Big Cass comes out next time and he looks like Lord Humongous from fucking The Road Warrior.
I wish he'd tease his hair like Toe Cutter.
He went straight from finding out who Hatebreed is to loving leather daddy stuff. I went to this parade where everyone was happy. There was one group of people that I just loved, and they were dressed in leather.
I love that look.
He could be like domination.
But what's next? What's him? What's next for him? Is he
The world
another
title.
monster?
The world title. He's going. He'll probably go for like the Intercontinental or the tag by himself. or the 205 Live title. If he comes out as a leather daddy, though, I'll buy a shirt. Big Cass just strapped that ass. I hope the I hope the fuck that he start trying to motorcycle out to the ring.
I wish
He just
I
becomes
wish
a
he would
member
actually
of-
just take Undertaker's America Badass gimmick.
But instead of like, he could be like DOA, but he'd just be like GOA, just gay on arrival. God, I want him to be a leather daddy so much. It would be so fucking good. What if they? Oh my God, my brain is going.
Okay, we got
Too
to.
fast.
We got to.
What if they turn him into the American Dino? Just Big Cass. That would be so good. But leather daddy.
If you like the idea of that, please add us at.
Yeah, you can add us at John Bob 4. Oh yeah, by the way, John's gone.
John's in Vermont.
Last time I spoke to John was at the G1 showing on Axis. He watched about a quarter of the show and then walked home with his girlfriend, which was about 1.5 miles away.
And we haven't seen him
And
since.
he walked literally into obscurity. It was dark time. And someone else left at the same time he did, and he refused to ride home. Because that's when Matt left.
No, Matt stuck around. Stuck around.
Sticked?
Stuck around.
He
Stuck
sticked
around
him.
probably I think there was a match. He was just like, oh yeah, this is what I want to watch.
Yeah, well, John, I hope you're doing good. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but whatever.
He's taking
Anyway.
us. Well,
Segue.
he's taking the summer off.
John's taking the summer off. He's like Lucha Underground.
Yep, taking the summer off.
Segue right into G1. I'll get a little serious. G1, both of those shows were the best New Japan, like, house show mixes that I've seen in a long time. Even the 10-mans and the 8-mans were great. They all had something. The second,
I like that they stuck to the traditional New Japan stuff.
Well,
they
yeah,
always
why
do
break- why-
the 8 and 10 mans.
why break from
and
what
then-
they're doing?
But I heard somebody was saying that it's right. Like everything that New Japan does on a show leads to the main event. So
Exactly.
one match just and it's like a domino effect. One match
I thought you were gonna say dominatrix effect.
it's a dominatrix effect.
Everybody likes to get.
But it's
slapped.
like one when you push the domino over, it's like you
Right.
wait to the end and it gets the anticipation gets more and more.
Gato, man, he's got it. Send Gato to the moon. Put a strap on his ass. What if Gato came out with big Cass, big leather Cass,
It wouldn't make
with
sense.
a leather bandana over his eyes,
I know he
with
always
a,
like
with
is
a
looking
glittery
up like
cross.
what's going on.
Yeah, but both of those shows were amazing.
It was
They were a lot of fun.
Julie asked, because last Monday was my birthday, and Julie asked what I wanted, and was really just to watch that with my friends, and that's
Everybody
what happened.
now knows that you're the saddest fucking human.
But that's all I wanted. I wanted to watch.
And
the
who
G1s.
set that up,
Yep.
baby? Who set it up?
You did.
Big Daddy, Big Cock. big Leather Daddy Cass is #1 fan.
But Axis all weekend or all day on Saturday
everybody
showed.
shit on Josh Barnett too. Sorry,
Dude,
Sorry, that was
they were
they were Tamatonga especially was mad.
well, the Bucks. He was talking about how the Bucks were.
He did something in one of their. Oh, it was the second night.
Well, the Bucks was yelling at him.
The second
night.
night, they said "suck it" to Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett, real calmly, was like, "If I could find it, buddy." And I was just like, "Oh God."
Well, he kept saying he's just like. I guess the Bucks were like yelling at him, saying, "Are you over there burying us?"
I don't fuck with Josh Barnett.
But the thing is, like,
Big
I
dog's
guess the
scary.
whole. I was reading that what Meltzer said was the entire New Japan locker room thought that it should have been for this huge G1 American special.
Right.
Should have been Kevin Kelly and Cyrus.
Well, yeah.
But Axis
Right, yeah.
stuck to their guns and they wanted them.
Good for them. Good for Axis. I mean, that's. And I loved hearing Jim Ross doing commentary.
Yeah.
He said some crazy shit. Then I.
He did.
I loved it. You should have heard him on the second night when it was like it was the Lucha guys, Juice and Jay White versus Lij. And Titan, his name is Titan.
Titan.
Yeah, Titan. And he said it like tit and I was like, what the fuck? And he said it again. He said
Tit-and.
Titan.
El
And I was like,
Titan.
where the fuck did this? There's not even a space or a D. And I don't even think there's an L.
Titan.
I think it's just Titan.
He was saying Tit-tan. He's like,
Tit-tan.
look at that Tit-tan.
And I was just like, but those matches were awesome. I'll even give the Cody Rhodes.
I'll tell you
Okada
what,
match.
he
It
was
good.
going nuts on the Ishii
Oh yeah, he was.
Okada or Ishii Omega match.
So the first night was really good. It was like one of those things where like, well, let's put a bunch of low key good matches next to Billy Gunn. That was rough. Or that was the
second night. First
that
night.
was the worst match all weekend. That's rough.
And to have a bad match with
Well, I mean, it takes two to tango.
yeah, it does.
But it was just awful. The crowd was instantly against Billy Gunn. He didn't know what to do. He thought he was going to walk out being the face. I was just like, what the fuck? But that Omega Cody Rhodes match was really good.
So I can't remember the two 10-mans.
So it was like Bullet Club versus someone. I don't know.
Then like Liger and the CMLL guys.
Which was good. And then it was the first round. And
it was Hangman Page and Jay Lethal, which was a great match.
Yep.
Jay
It
Lethal
was good.
advanced. Then
Yeah.
it was Saber and Juice.
which was I love that match.
Yeah.
And
Man, he just
Elgin and
I thought he was
Omega.
going to break Juice's arm. Like-
Yeah, he sank that arm lock in real deep.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh god, I'm not trying to see this shit. And there's another match I'm missing.
Naito and
Ishii. And that was good too. And then the next night I was like, wow.
then it
these-
was Okada. Then the end was Okada.
Yeah, and that match was really good.
It was.
And Cody
But you know what? It didn't. Who did I tell this to? That match didn't harm Cody from being because he's Ring of Honor champion.
Right.
So that match did not because
It should have been for both titles.
yeah.
Just have Okada as both champions.
Everybody be
Give
like,
them all the belts.
just give it everything.
But the next night, I was really excited. I was like, wow, these matches are going to be good. The Saber Ishii match, I was like, this is
It was really
fucking
good.
good. It's so good.
It was.
And I was like kind of skeptical on it. And whenever he had him in that octopus stretch and he fell over and he just kept wrenching on it and Ishii was like crawling with his face, I was like, this is fucking intense.
You know what? He's got great storytelling.
Ishii?
Ishii
Oh, yeah.
just by not even words, just the way he like holds himself.
And the best thing is, like, when you see him in pain, you're like, fuck, he's really in pain because he's such a badass. You know, like,
Yeah.
held off as a badass. And his storytelling is when he's hurt, he's fucking hurt. He's hurt. It's like, and the Omega Lethal match was awesome.
Mhm.
And I'm not a big Lethal guy. It was really good.
But then, man, that Ishii Omega,
Boy, that was a boner maker.
him holding him with his teeth.
That whenever Ishii did the One Wing Angel on Omega,
Oh,
I
dude.
fucking screamed. I was just like, oh my god!
Like I said,
yes!
so did Jim Ross.
And at that point, I was like, come on, Ishii, come on, man. And then Omega pulled it out, and it was like fucking. Omega is the only wrestler in the past couple of years. I guess people might want to out me for this. I don't really care, but really like gives my emotions like up and down whenever he wrestles. After the first Omega match, I felt exhausted.
Yeah.
Or after the Okada match, I was exhausted. I was like, this is like, I don't think I'm ever going to see anything to top this. And his like midway storytelling, like midway through the match, dude, it's so good. It's because he's an actual character.
I'd have been happy either one.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy.
Well, I was actually going to be happy with whoever won that tournament.
Yeah, after the semifinal, I was good. Anybody winning it, like, even if Saber won it. So this brings me to Omega does this big speech, and it is the speech almost like the speech from Rocky IV.
Yeah.
You could change. I could change. Like it was almost that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Big Daddy Meltzer said that Ospreay is going to be one of the first title defenses.
And he's going to defend it in the U.S.
Yeah,
at Ring of Honor shows.
yeah. That's the deal.
I wonder what. Probably. I bet Final Battle.
I mean, that's a long ways away. That's December.
But you know what I
Right.
mean.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if he keeps it, Final Battle.
Yeah.
Whatever their big pay-per-view things are.
Yeah.
Probably in Vegas.
Yeah, that anniversary show. That's in
It's like-
February.
No. There's something else in Vegas because I'm.
No.
I
Well, I'm
was
gonna tell you
looking.
right now, they ain't gonna do anything before G1.
I-
That's why all these matches now in New Japan are like soft matches.
Because everybody's just.
They're getting ready. And then I just got sent a quote, which I want to read to you. That speaking of G1, that Naito said about Ibushi. And I can't really tell what's real and fake from Naito because he's that good and there's like a language barrier.
Yeah.
But every time he does an interview and he talks about stuff, I'm like, oh, fuck. He's really upset at that guy. Or, goddamn, this is
Yeah.
it's a shoot, brother. It's a work. But he said Ibushi won't be an elite performer in here. He won't get the G1 trophy. He won't get the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. You want to know why? It's because his stupid mindset. He plays safe, wrestle a few times in a year, go to WWE to participate in their tournament. For what? His time in WWE won't help him here. He should focus on one thing if he wants to be the best. So it's like, oh God. But it's like, because they were tag team at one time,
Yeah.
and that's the first round. Or not the first round. The first night's main event is Naito versus Ibushi. First night.
I don't know if I can.
I don't know.
I don't know if I can conceal
know how
this.
I looked at all the cards.
I can
for the
only get
G1.
so erect.
Dude, I looked at every one of the cards
Did you
for
see
the
it,
G1. They're all fucking great.
G1 final. It's War Machine and Hangman Page and Cody.
Yeah, I don't get that.
So they're probably. I bet they win that. I bet they win those titles.
Hangman Page?
I bet they
I
do.
bet you they
I
don't.
bet they do.
I bet you don't. They don't because Killer Elite's going to come in. Killer Elite will be in soon. I hope. I just want to see Davey Boy Smith Jr. wrestle Tanahashi or someone.
Wouldn't it be funny? Everybody's like, "Oh, we're gearing up for Okada Omega 3," and it's like
Never happens.
it's like a 5-minute match.
Yeah, pretty much. He just catches him off guard and kills him. Shoots him. There's only one way I can beat him. He just starts stabbing his gallbladder. Getting real violent on this show tonight. Out comes Leather Daddy Cass. Yeah, okay.
Like
cool.
we started this podcast almost a year ago, and like I remember G1 like, and it was just like your body like isn't ready.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's my favorite time of the year. It legit is. There's wrestling every 2 days. That's good.
Great.
Wait.
Great
Let
wrestling.
me say this. I talk a lot about how there's way oversaturation with WWE. That's because they make a lot of bad product. New Japan is wrestling every 2 days, and one of the fucking main events is like Ibushi, Okada, or no, Tanahashi, and then the other side's main event is Omega Ishii, or something like that.
They're
You know
doing
what
Tanahashi and Okada.
everybody. Well, no, I was just giving for.
Oh, okay. I was
but
like, whoa.
Everybody in each block is a main event at one night for one night, at least one night. So like Nagata versus Fale, let's say that will be a main event or like semi-main event.
That'd be great though.
Nagata's a fucking G.
He is.
I
He's
fucking
a
love
fucking
Yuji
man.
Nagata. I went back not too long ago and watched like 2001 Nagata, and he was scary. He's just like screaming and kicking, and then he does that eye roll, which is
That like
once he stops wrestling, I'm making a Blue Justice shirt. Calling it out now. Armbar eye roll. But yeah, it's like my favorite time of the year.
And you know what?
I'll be in Vermont again for the G1 finals. I was there last year.
You know what's great about that whole
Everything.
G1?
Everything.
It sets completely up. Let's see. Oh, September, October. 4 months in advance it sets up
Oh yeah.
for the biggest wrestling card.
And then whoever beats the champion or a champion, they get title shots.
Except for Ishii.
Except for Ishii. And I believe and Ishii. No, Ishii's in Block A.
You know what? I wish that was something that WWE would take, or other organizations would
Well,
take.
that's kind of how it used to be. Like when you beat the champion in a non-title match, you got a title match. It's
Well, they said that's what Heath Slater. Heath Slater was claiming that he was
number one contender or
for
whatever.
the Intercontinental
Yeah.
title because he beat The Miz.
I mean, that's the way it is, or it's the way it should be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, unless it's like storyline.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I just wish that I love that about. Like I said, Hangman Page beat one of them, so he
Yeah.
gets he's like, well, you get a title shot.
and like, I can't wait for the fucking base god Yoshihashi to fucking roll through with that Dragon Ball Z hair. Suck my fucking dick. It's gonna be so good. But here's something that's crazy about G1. 2 dates out of the G1, the 11th and 12th of August, DDT are running their beer garden shows.
Jesus,
Dave Chris is there.
that
for
was
those 2
wild.
days.
I remember that last year.
Yeah, so that's
Is that when Kota Ibushi rode down on a bicycle?
no, that was Peter Pan.
That was Peter Pan.
That's their WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm gonna I can't wait. But Dave Chris is on those shows now, so it's during the G1.
That's awesome.
From what I was told, Beer Garden or the Beer Garden Tour, I can't remember, they might be two different things, is something that the wrestlers, they get a set amount of money and they produce it themselves.
Oh,
This is where the infamous Dino with a vibrator up his ass and he started vomiting that Kenny Omega told the story about.
okay.
Yeah, it's there. I haven't seen it, dying to. On the DDTuniverse.com, that's DDTuniverse.com, there are these things called Sodomy Ranch Classics. And they are all just fucking crazy shit Dino does, and there's like 21 of them. I'm on like 20.
Um,
But yeah, and then to follow through with the G1 stuff, this past weekend Matt Riddle was in Rev Pro, and I guess him and Ishii put on a fucking ass beater, and he was caught talking to Tiger Tori and some other people about going to New Japan possibly. Please stop smoking weed.
they said that he can stop because he can. I was reading like stuff from him in UFC. He
Yeah.
got popped like when it wasn't.
Yeah, and
Time to
and he
fight.
didn't care.
Yeah, but he got popped when it wasn't time to fight.
Yeah,
But whenever it came time to like
yeah, he got
do his
straight.
thing, he gets straight.
And what's funny is I was reading.
Well, he dropped
on-
that Atlas title.
Yeah, to Big Walter, baby.
Shoo.
God damn! And you see his chest? He posted a picture
That
of it.
red.
He's like, "This is 2 nights of Ishii versus Big Walter," and I love it. And I'm like, "You're ready, baby. You're ready, Big Daddy." Yeah, I also saw some like fucking crybaby on Reddit hating Matt Riddle. The idea of Matt Riddle going to New Japan. It's like, this is what he had to say. And I guess Matt Riddle at one time said, "If it weren't for weed, I'd beat my kids." Like, and he's like, "You really want this guy in New Japan?" I'm
That's a
like,
joke.
"Listen,
Because listen to me.
you
I
Cheeto
have
Dustin neckbeard."
I have a 4-year-old daughter, turning 4, and I'm like, if it
If it wasn't,
wasn't for
weed,
if it wasn't for coffee,
I'd blow
type
my
of thing.
brains out.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
one of the. It's
It's
just,
just like, yeah, and
he
like
loves weed.
these fucking turd burglars on fucking Reddit. I love Reddit because I find a lot of cool shit on there, but you got to weed through
Yeah, that's-
85% bullshit.
Yeah.
This is like, I saw something else on there. Man, why am I talking about this? I don't know why. Some guy was like, "Should I be alarmed that Tama Tonga's on the posters for the G1?" And everybody was like,
That
"I
guy
think you're
needs
reading."
fought.
I think everybody was like, "I think you're reading a little too into this." He's like, "No, but seriously, he's eating a lot of pinfall, so statistically, he doesn't really." I'm just like, What?
You should fight him.
Yeah. At me, bro. John Bob 4.
But no, like
I love that John's actually gotten hate messages.
Yeah. He's like, I've gotten people messaging.
So if anybody's been listening for the past year, we've been giving out John's Twitter and Instagram handles. And John told us one day that he actually gets hate mail sent to him. And it's pretty fucking great. So keep sending it. John Bob 4.
Waveblade.
Waveblade81 on Twitter. That's Waveblade.
But you know what? That's good. Matt Riddle fits
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he really does. Like, I think Matt Riddle is fucking. I think he's great. And there's a couple matches I want to see Matt Riddle have, and they don't really involve New Japan people.
Give me one.
Marufuji.
That'd be good.
Exactly. Like
I guess
Marufuji's-
Donovan Dijak got just his fucking
like,
chest
just
caved in.
Shit pushed in.
His fucking chest caved in.
Another one. Real easy pick. Who do you think it's gonna be?
You.
Me and Matt Riddle just fucking hogging it out. Getting high and hogging it out. No, Leather Daddy Cass. The GOA man himself.
Man, I don't know if
You hear me hearing me and DDT people, if you can you can make the GOA thing for Dino.
watching him. I guess him and Keith Lee had a hell of a match. That'd been a
Dijak
no,
Riddle.
Riddle. Well,
Yeah.
Donovan Dijak he's great.
So
He's another one that Ring of Honor let
Big
fucking
Walter,
sleep through.
I've liked that guy for a while, and I really like that Alex Dieter Jr. guy.
Is that who him and Timothy Thatcher tagged with?
Yes, in the ring comp stuff, which
What was
everybody
them versus like Mustache Mountain?
Yeah, everybody, like all the, here we go. All the fucking fuck boys on the internet saw that ring comp stuff and they're like, well, fucking Nazis. And then they're like, we love Schlack. It's like, what? You do know what ring comp means. Comp means war. That's it. Yeah.
People are idiots.
Yeah, and I was just like, but they do play the part pretty well. It's like German soldiers. I will say that but I think that people were actually just like, they're actual Nazis. Look at Big Walter. He is a lovable boy. He's like Master Blaster from fucking
Yeah.
Mad Max.
He's great.
But I love that Alex Dieter Jr. guy because he was like very. He reminded me of Dean Malenko, but in Alex Wright's body with a character that you actually like, not Alex Wright.
Yeah.
Because
You-
Dean Malenko as a character, it sucked for the most part.
That title, that Atlas title, reminds me of the WXW shotgun.
Yeah, the Shogun shotgun.
Yeah, because David Starr's got it back, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
I've
David Starr just wrestled in Israel.
I seen that title with my own two eyes and held it.
That's awesome.
It's pretty heavy.
But yeah, he just wrestled in Israel. He's like, I got 4 This Is Awesome chants, and I haven't even, and it's just a Q&A.
That's sweet. Good for David Starr. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
A
But
couple other people.
that Atlas title is what they're gonna. He'll probably defend it all over.
Oh, for sure. I could see a company in Japan, whether it be New Japan, Noah, Big Japan, All Japan. I could see them seeing a guy like Big Walter and be like, we want to work with him. And I would love for it to be All Japan.
Yeah.
Give me the big dogs, Shuji Ishikawa versus Big Walter. The battle of the big boys. The big hogs. The
Hog
big
dogs.
the big yards.
Hog dogs.
Big hog dogs. Give me Leather Daddy Cass versus Dino.
No.
Give me the Blues Brothers. Or the Bruise Brothers. Or the I don't know what the fuck. they're called.
But it's Dave Chris is going over there. What
Yep.
about Jake?
Nope, just Dave. He's gonna go see his buddy Shiggy Irie. Such a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matt Riddle, I want to see him wrestle Kento Miyahara. And I don't want to see him wrestle like Shuji Ishikawa. I want to see him wrestle guys that can go around and do it all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
that is diverse in all different styles.
And Ishikawa can, and he's proven he has. But Kento Miyahara is like one of my favorites.
Do you imagine him and like Kota Ibushi?
Yeah, or Kota Ibushi.
Whew.
Kota Ibushi's like his.
I'll tell you what, him and Omega.
It'd be interesting. It'd be a whole lot of hot dicks going around. A lot of hard cock. But no, it would be interesting. And
I guess that Ishii match was good.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on a message board on the internet soon that I'll be watching at work tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. There's just random wrestlers I really want to see Riddle go for.
What if he drops that WWE
WWN title.
Yeah, I wonder if he drops that soon.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, because look at
New Japan really doesn't care about that stuff.
no.
Yeah, that's always cool too. It almost makes like when Rocky Romero wore that TV title of that company, CWF Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's a cool belt too.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that?
But he wore it out there, and they even said he was that champion. I'm pretty sure. Oh, how did we skip over this? Trent Beretta is now a heavyweight in New Japan.
How did we skip over something?
We all
Chucky T.
Chucky T winning the PWG title, baby.
Have you seen those pictures?
Matt McCarthy. Yeah.
God, going fucking nuts. Did you hear that when he's like, I will he said he was going to rush the ring
I
and
didn't
kiss
hear-
Chucky T on the
I
mouth.
didn't listen to that last one. I'll have to, but those pictures he posted were almost embarrassing. Like, secondhand
he said that
embarrassment, like,
he was
oh.
like, if he wins the title, I'm going to rush the ring. And they always talk about that Lunk guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, Lunk's going to get excited. And he's like, I'm going to kiss Chucky T on the mouth. And he's like, I actually thought about, when he won,
Did you
he's
see
like,
what?
I thought about rushing the
You
ring.
see what Zack Sabre said? He's like, even though I lost the match, I won the war. Legion Larry asked for me to buy a shirt. He bought a shirt off Zack Sabre
Oh, fuck yeah.
because he loved Zack Sabre now. He's like, so I've won the war. I was like, the most miserable prick on the planet.
No,
Against
Leo Rush won the war.
Topanga.
Dude, did you see that? He was like,
Yeah. No. So Trent Beretta, or he's actually called Beretta now.
oh, they just call him Beretta?
I'm pretty sure. So he's a heavyweight now. And in one of those matches, he finished someone off with, or he used the Gotch-style pile driver, which is Minoru Suzuki's move. And when Chaos and Suzuki Gun were feuding, they had a little fucking slap battle in the ring, and I hope that continues. I hope that the next thing for Suzuki is Trent Beretta. One of two reasons. I just like watching Suzuki kill people. And I want Beretta to show that he can take an ass whipping and keep going. You
He's
know what I
fucking.
mean? He's awesome.
We've been on him for
Yeah,
a while.
he's good.
I'm glad he's out of the junior.
Yeah, just
I was
it
getting
just
kind of
sucks.
sick of watching
Man,
Bucks and them.
Tim Pura Boy's got to come back, be a light heavyweight tag, because like they're so good. I'm like really big on them. But yeah,
It's great that he isn't going to be pigeonholed anymore.
Right,
into junior.
I just don't know what's next for Rocky though.
Maybe
Maybe he goes after the
Well,
singles title.
either that or he's done, because they said that he was he was the reason that it
Right.
was the G1 specials were so great.
Yeah, he could always go behind the scenes or just
And here's the best part about that G1 weekend.
everything.
Yes, everything. But New Japan loved the response they got.
Oh,
The merch sales that
Oh yeah.
they did. They are already talking about opening a dojo
I didn't
in
see
LA.
that.
Yeah. Talking about opening a dojo in LA, and they will be back to tour the US in 2018
I read the 2018 thing, and I guess they already are looking for a 10,000 seater
in New Orleans.
in New Orleans.
WrestleMania weekend.
Ooh.
So I was going to
They'll go
talk
head
to you about
I
this.
didn't know. I haven't really been on the internet.
I'll talk to you about this. We could go to that show.
Well, yeah.
Drive down.
I'm fine with that.
If anything, we can stay in Nashville.
What's in Nashville?
We can just stay in Nashville,
Oh, I'll go to that gym.
drive down.
Um,
We could probably go, because like I said, they're looking to run WrestleMania weekend. That means Progress is gonna run. That means
I think I'm going to go back on my word. I think now that if they do that, they're okay.
Yep.
At first, I was kind of worried, but now if they go to that, I don't think that they will have a good as arena as whatever NXT will be in, but they'll have something close to it, and I think that they will do very well.
yes.
Man, I'm pumped on that.
Yep.
I saw they were looking for a 10,000 seater in LA.
They're looking for that, but they're looking for a place to run.
The dojo, man, that's sweet.
They're opening a dojo in California. They'll start running the U.S. by
There's
March
Rocky
or
Ramo's
April.
New role.
March or April, they'll start running the U.S. And WrestleMania weekend, they're running New Orleans.
Time to hit the gym twice a day. That's like a fucking dream of mine. Just being kicked to death for 8 hours.
But that right there, that showed. I think they finally showed that they're fine without but they'll still keep that
Right.
Ring of Honor, that whole Ring of Honor deal.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's great for Ring of Honor.
So, what is your match of the week? New little segment we're going to do now is match of the week. What was your favorite one that you've seen this week that was broadcasted this week? You can use the G1 thing since we're starting we're a week late. And it better be Leather Daddy Cass versus Enzo.
It's Ishii Omega
That just
or Elgin.
you can only do one. Don't do ors. You can only do one because that's or you'll just keep going.
Yeah. Or this.
Or War Machine and Elgin versus.
No, Ishii Omega.
I think mine is Ishii Saber. Just for different sake, and I really love that match.
It was great, but man, that storytelling and like just the different things, and it's always a big match feel. Like when you see something, it's kind of like the Rock Austin thing
Yeah.
when you hit the other person's finisher,
Right. Yeah.
and it's like it just adds that
I'm not disagreeing with you that it was a great match. I'm just saying that for different sake, I'm going with Saber Ishii because until that moment, that was my favorite match of the weekend. Until
I did
Omega
love that.
Ishii.
Like I said, I did love that Elgin Omega match. Did you see that beautiful picture that
good.
somebody took? Him doing
The
that German.
suplex. Yeah, I saw that. So people's getting some good photos of Omega these days. Yeah, well, I think that's it. It's kind of a short one today. It's only I'll have to just fill it with a bunch of dead space.
Yeah.
So there'll be 10 minutes of just dead air, and then the episode will kick in.
Oh, I'm going to North Carolina the end of the month. I'm traveling to go see some family, Julie's family. I'm going down to watch Ring of Honor in Concord, and they just announced that it was Concord, North Carolina, and they are announcing it's Hangman Page, Marty Scurll, and Cody versus the Briscoes and Bully Ray. I'm pretty excited about that match. I'm just excited about seeing.
Yeah, you just want
Marty
to scroll.
Scurll.
Yeah.
And Lee is traveling next month.
Well, yeah, that's a month away. I'll talk
For-
about that. Yeah, progress and evolve.
Yep.
I'll talk about that later. Not worried about it now. If you're hearing this, it's my birthday
Yep.
because it'll come out tomorrow.
Yep.
Happy birthday to me!